Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 8 in season 27, which is in the book of Revelation. We're going to start chapter 2 today. I'm going to title today, Hey, I Know You. So we find ourselves entering this passage when Jesus comes, playing with his keys, so to speak. Those the keys we talked yesterday, the keys of authority. I have the keys of death. I have the keys of Hades. I died. And why did Jesus die? I died to help you with your sin. And Jesus, somebody had to first be sorry for your sins so that you could one day be sorry for your sins. And he had to first take your sins seriously so you could one day take them seriously. And the only reason Jesus died was to help you live. And then today we're going to get the assessment of that life. And Jesus is not currently dead. He is now currently alive. He says, I'm alive forever. Why? To help, to be aware. So we find Jesus in this passage aware and awake and interacting and still powerful. And we find him right in the middle of the churches. And then we're going to find him now. He's going to, go to each of the 7 churches and lay them out realistically on how they are. So we find ourselves not trapped in patterns and practices and the penalties of sins. That's how we come into this. But Jesus does have a few things to say. So here it is. This is chapter 2, verse 1 in the book of Revelation. So, to the angel of the church in Ephesus, write, the words of him who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks among the 7 golden lampstands. I know your works, your toil, and your patient endurance, and how you cannot bear with those who are evil, but have tested those who call themselves apostles and are not, and found them to be false. I know you are enduring patiently and bearing up for my name's sake, and you have not grown weary. So that's verses 1 through 3. And then the killer is verse 4. I'm only going to say half of it. But I have this against you. But let's talk about how Jesus knows this group of people. So Jesus is here. He's close. He's powerful. He's walking amidst these people. He's walking right in the middle of them. So I know you. I see the good stuff. I am omniscient. And he's going to say in verse 4, don't forget about my omnipresence. Don't forget about the relationship with me. But I see your positive works. I see your toil. I see your patient endurance. He says that twice, enduring patiently. So it recalls the verse from 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient. That Greek word refers more to being patient when provoked, patient when somebody's got their finger in your eye. This word talks about toiling patiently under difficult endurance. This is more like patience when prolonged. So he's aware, the Lord is aware of deeds. So he is aware of what captures the activity of your attention and therefore your actions. So the Lord is almost saying, I'm interested in what seems to be interesting to you. So this toil that he's talking about, it's work that results in some weariness. So, 2 of my favorite marks of Christianity are exhaustion and inconvenience. And the Lord sees this. He's present. He's seen. He's approving. Some of the most spiritually robust people I know are physically tired because ministry is that way. One of the things that he says about this church in Ephesus is he endorses intolerance. So I know our society is all about tolerance. But here he's saying, I want you to assess these people, and then he praises them for not being able to bear with evil. So these people that call themselves apostles, so, just because you call yourself an apostle doesn't mean you saw Jesus and bear his message. So they're like the Bereans, and they're testing what these so-called apostles, I hate even to use the word, what they're saying, and they're saying, assessing them as not true. So they're saying one thing maybe and doing another. They're saying falsehoods. They're liars. They're saying one thing and doing another. This is talked about significantly in 1 John, which we just finished. And those people were called deceivers, and elsewhere in the New Testament, false teachers. So search the scriptures, have spiritual truth, test spiritual truth. All right, so he says, I know that you are. What would God say, or could be saying, is if he just came up to you and said, hey, I know you. I know you're fearful or angry or gluttonous or selfish or out of fellowship, whatever it is. It probably would be a little bit of a mixed bag like it is here with this church in Ephesus. And he's going to assess and say, do you have the character and activities that commend you to God at your testing, or like Ephesians here, some positive and some negatives. So the Ephesians here are testing spirits. They're testing apostles. The Lord loves this. I always say that dating is a period of deception. What if you could start your date and know everything about that other person, and they would know everything about you? I mean, it would change everything. So what if God knew everything? Oh, wait, he does know everything. So what if he came to your church? What if he came to your wallet? What if he came to your calendar? You say you're love, but let's walk through, your day of love. So in verse 3, he says, I know that you are enduring patiently and bearing up for my name's sake. You're not growing weary, maybe physically weary, but you're not growing spiritually weary. So these people are doing so many things right. So they have good actions, good efforts, and good habits. But all this wonderful stuff is going to lead to tomorrow into a blind spot, and that is love for me. So today, let's leave ourselves with this question. If you were fully known by God, what might he see? And it's not really an if, it's really a statement. You are fully known by God. And what's in there? So Jesus, he says to the church at Ephesus and says to each and one of us, I know you are. I know your actions. I know your thoughts. And then tomorrow he's going to say, I know your heart. So he's omniscient, and he's going to condemn them for not appreciating his omnipresence and the personal relationship that he has. So in the meantime, let's think about if God would say to us, I know you are, ... Thanks for listening.